What if I told you that the San Francisco 49ers are on the brink of a major shakeup? As we dive into the offseason, whispers are growing louder about a potential trade involving a key player who has been a fan favorite. Imagine the impact this could have on the team's dynamics and their quest for glory next season. Stick around to find out who might be packing their bags and what it could mean for the future of our beloved Niners. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button to stay in the loop with everything 49ers. As we shift our focus to the offseason, the San Francisco 49ers face some crucial decisions that could shape the team's future. One move that's been heavily debated is the potential trade of wide receiver Deebo Samuel. Coming off a disappointing 6-11 season, it's hard not to wonder if parting ways with a player of Samuel's caliber is the right path forward. Personally, I'm torn on this one. Deebo Samuel had the worst season of his career, with only 51 receptions for 670 yards and just 3 touchdowns. Let's not sugarcoat it. Those numbers are concerning, especially when you consider that last year he had 60 catches, 892 yards, and 7 touchdowns. His rushing numbers also took a hit, dropping from 225 yards and 5 touchdowns to just 136 yards and 3 touchdowns. When you factor in that other key players like Brandon Ayuk and Christian McCaffrey missed significant time this past season, Deebo's inability to step up and elevate his game raises some serious questions. From the front office's perspective, trading Deebo Samuel seems like an opportune move. He has only 1 year left on his contract and is coming off a down season, which could make him more appealing to teams looking to capitalize on his potential. The emergence of other players, like Jawan Jennings and the return of Ayuk, means Samuel's role in the offense could diminish even further. With George Kittle and McCaffrey also commanding touches, it's evident that there may not be a spot for him in the Niners' future plans. Now, let's talk about possible destinations for Deebo. The Denver Broncos could be a prime candidate. Their offense struggled this past season, and adding a dynamic player like Samuel could help shore up their receiving core. Samuel's versatility could complement Courtland Sutton, giving quarterback Bo Nix another reliable target to work with. Imagine how Samuel could flourish in a new environment where he's the centerpiece of the offense rather than just another cog in the machine. But here's the thing. As passionate fans, we all know that trades come with emotional baggage. Deebo Samuel is not just a player. He's a fan favorite and a key part of the team's identity. He's a guy who brought excitement and energy to the field, and letting him go could leave a void that's hard to fill. So, while the business side of football suggests a trade makes sense, the emotional side makes me hesitate. Do you think this was the best decision? Honestly, I'm torn. This offseason will be critical for the 49ers. If they decide to trade Deebo Samuel, it could set a new direction for the team. Will they use the assets gained from the trade to bolster other areas of the roster? Will they invest in new talent through the draft or free agency? Every decision has the potential to impact the team's chances of returning to playoff contention. And as fans, we all have our expectations and hopes for what's to come. As we dive into the latest updates for our beloved San Francisco 49ers, there's a significant shift on the horizon that has fans buzzing. With Charvarius Ward potentially moving on, and the team needing to fill that crucial cornerback spot, discussions are heating up about who could step into those shoes. One name that's been thrown around is Carlton Davis, but let's take a step back and analyze whether he's the right fit for our Niners. Now, everyone knows that Robert Saleh is back in charge of the defense, and the expectation is to recreate the dominant unit he once led in New York. The thought of Davis fitting into a system that heavily uses cover one could be enticing, but let's not forget the reality we face. Ward has proven himself to be a borderline elite cornerback, and expecting anyone to match or surpass that level is a high bar to clear. Honestly, I'm torn here. Despite the allure of Davis as an upgrade, we have years of data that suggest otherwise. Ward is a proven commodity, having played through 2 seasons without missing a game prior to this last year. Meanwhile, Davis has never completed a full season since he entered the league in 2018. The most games he's participated in during a season is 14. So, if availability is a priority, and it should be, then signing Davis brings substantial risk to the table. We're talking about a player whose history indicates he'll likely miss a chunk of the season. When we stack their stats side by side, the argument for Davis becomes even weaker. Sure, he's a competitive cornerback, and he can shine in press, coverage, but let's be real, he misses tackles at a higher rate while allowing more yards per target. Ward's ball production speaks for itself, and it's hard to imagine Davis replicating that success. To put it simply, if there are tiers in cornerback play, Ward and DJ Reed reside in one tier, while Davis is a notch below. Contract talks also add another layer of complexity. Over the Cap has projected Davis's annual price tag to hover around $14.5 million. Given his injury history, that's a hefty price for someone who might not be able to stay on the field consistently. It makes you wonder if the Niners would be better off exploring other avenues, including the NFL draft, to find a reliable option. And let's not kid ourselves, Davis is likely to attract a lot of interest from other teams. With the amount of buzz surrounding him, it's entirely possible he might price himself right out of the Niners market. So, what does that mean for us as fans? Are we comfortable with the idea of banking on an injury-prone player when there are other options out there? I know we're all passionate about seeing the team succeed, and I can feel the anticipation building among the faithful Niners supporters. The decisions we make now will undoubtedly affect our chances in the upcoming season. I can't help but think about how this impacts our dreams of returning to the Super Bowl. Every move counts, and the stakes couldn't be higher. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think taking a chance on Carlton Davis is the right path for our team? Or do you believe we should look elsewhere, perhaps even turning to the draft for a fresh face that can grow with us? Join the debate in the comments below. And remember, your opinion matters just as much as any analyst's take. As we navigate this offseason, I urge you to stay engaged with all the latest updates. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a moment of Niners news. And make sure to activate that notification bell to get all the latest updates. We're in this together, and I'm excited to see where this journey takes us. Let's keep the conversation going, and as always, go Niners.